Hello, you're watching International Coventry. I'm Antonia Petkova.
And I'm Radina Choleva.
In this edition of the show, we'll tell you about the world of martial arts, the Islam Awareness Week in Coventry, and how Bulgarians celebrated Easter.
But first, Nanama reports on how the African Day was celebrated by international students.
We're here at the hub where the African Day celebration is taking place. So stay tuned for the cultural performance, the poetry, and lots more about Africa, and most definitely the food.
The event started with Discover Africa, a slideshow highlighting the diversity and the rich culture of the African continent. This was followed by Lubu Lubu, a traditional folk dance with lessons to be learned about responsibility and the working together of society to achieve communal dreams. The president of the African Society expressed a great sense of achievement, having been able to organize an event on such a huge scale.
Celebrating Africa today because we are all Africans and we value our culture. African culture is a very, very, very valuable thing to us. And it's not easy to organize such an event, to call people from all sorts of parts of the world. China, India, Africa, English, you can see everywhere we are filled up. So, it's a great event which we value so much.
Nigerian students also gave the audience a taster of Pidgin, a lingua franca spoken across Nigeria and some parts of West Africa.
Una good evening, Una good evening now. Na the best for me. Okay, my name na Ajawo Moyosero Oluwajola.
An energetic dance and a musical duet also added a flair to the event.
How you do today? My tomato just I just think about you.
The beauty of African colors was seen in the attire paraded during the fashion show. Students also enjoyed an array of various African foods such as egusi stew, fried plantain, pounded yam, jollof rice, chicken stew, and many more. For International Coventry, Nanama Akobi.
About 15% of our international students come from Nigeria. Natasha De Silva reports on how they celebrated their country and some of its achievements.
Celebrate Nigeria was organized by the Association of Nigerian Students to recognize Nigerians and their contributions to the student community.
Okay, my name is Stephen Gwanville. Yeah, I'm the Secretary Association of Nigerian Students, Coventry University. The event we are having today is first of its kind and is tagged Celebrate Nigeria. The reason Nigerian students are celebrating Nigeria is that I want to send a message of hope across the board that Nigeria is a great nation and we believe in Nigeria project, and we believe that Nigeria can be rebuilt, the walls of Nigeria can be rebuilt again.
The event started with the singing of the national anthem and moved on to speeches by the Vice President of the Society, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, and the representative of the Governor of Rivers State in Nigeria.
The event is designed to bring Nigerian students together and to build unity here in the United Kingdom.
The Pro-Vice Chancellor David Pillsbury stressed how the Nigerian society is the most active student community at Coventry University, not only in terms of student activities but also academically. Every year, the Nigerian government provides funds for students to study overseas. The representative of the Governor of Rivers State mentioned why it is important to give students the opportunity to have a good education.
When people from overseas come here and receive British training and go back to their countries, and become important persons in policy-making positions, when British firms and industries bid for contracts, they normally have an edge for the fact that you can very easily identify with them. If you, who has come here to study, acquire the skill, does not return home to support the development of your country with that skill, then we are not going to make any progress. So I will appeal to you, acquire the best skill you can, return home. And then the collaboration that we have with the university will then be more meaningful.
Awards were presented for good governance, community development and student unionism.
Hello, Nigeria.
This event was the first of its kind and proved to be a real celebration of the academic and social contributions of Nigerians. For International Coventry, Natasha De Silva.
Easter is celebrated in many different ways around the world.
In our home country, Bulgaria, Easter is a symbol of faith and hope. Here are some of our traditions.
Христос воскресе! Воистина воскресе! Христос воскресе! Воистина воскресе! Христос воскресе! Воистина воскресе!
Христос воскресе, in reply Воистина воскресе, is how Bulgarians welcome the first morning hour of Easter Sunday. The phrases, which in translation mean Christ has risen, and indeed he has risen, mark one of the most culturally and religiously significant celebrations in the country. The Easter holidays in Bulgaria begin with the painting of eggs on Maundy Thursday or Holy Saturday. According to the Orthodox Christian religion, Mary Magdalene brought the Roman Emperor a red egg, the symbol of Christ's blood. Giving each other an egg colored in red became a tradition, and through the years more colors began being used. In Bulgaria, eggs are painted by the eldest in the house, with red being the predominant color. But the Easter holiday holds an even bigger significance, believed to be the beginning of a more hopeful and favorable year. On the eve of Holy Saturday at midnight, people light their candles from the holy fire brought to Bulgaria from God's grave in Jerusalem. Then, while the bell rings, everyone walks around the church 3 times. In Bulgarian people's beliefs, the number of times the flame on a candle goes out signifies the number of sins they've had through the year. On the morning of Easter Sunday, everyone repents for their sins and is redeemed from them. For International Coventry, Antonia Petkova. The Islam Awareness Week in Coventry was aimed at raising awareness about the religion and culture, which are often misunderstood. Natasha De Silva was at the scene to see what it was all about.
In modern times, people are more connected to material things than to religion or spirituality. But here at Coventry University, some are trying to make a difference. That is why the Islamic Society is hosting the Islam Awareness Week.
Hi, my name is Omar from Coventry University, and I'm studying psychology at BSc. I'm in my 2nd year. Today, the Islamic Society is letting the people know a bit more about Islam and the basic concepts of it, the simple things, including women's rights, the purpose of creation, the concept of Islam, and we're giving away some Qur'ans, some material, little light things for people to learn about Islam. We feel that it's important to have the Islamic Awareness Week because we find Islam is the way of life, a sort of a methodology and a guidance how to live life in the most successful manner. And if I find it as a huge blessing, I feel more right to share that with other people because it's not fair to me for me to keep it to myself.
Reed Foundation is a charity that works in Pakistan to provide education to young children through to adulthood, including orphan children. This is known as a taqdi in Pakistan, and in the olden days this is what they used to write on to learn stuff and other stuff as well. It's just a symbol of how far education has come within Pakistan and just the improvements and change that we're trying to bring about through Reed Foundation.
I'm actually an ex-student of Coventry University, but I also still take part in the Islamic Society. My role was as the vice head sister, but because I've got other commitments such as full-time work, another sister's helping me fulfill that role. Today I've got this stall here for it's 2 different organisations that I've been willing to help. So we've got the IDCI and we've got the Quran Project. And now the Quran Project is basically a charitable organisation in which we distribute free translated Qurans to the public, mainly to non-Muslims, because that's part of our role as a Muslim to spread the word and the one message that we all believe in.
We set up this business which was sort of specialising in the Asian wedding market. Special occasional wear, which is like this over here, dresses and things like that, jewellery again, you know, we've got here, and also because we sort of do some provide some stock for our Islamic sort of Muslim market as well, which are these hijabs, we call them. We provide that as well. Mainly it's traditional Indian wear, but there is some contemporary touch to it. That's what we set up in 2010.
For International Coventry, Natasha De Silva.
One of our reporters met with a Chinese student who explained the nature of Kung Fu. Here is Fatima Ahmed with more.
Shen Hui, a first-year student at Coventry University, came all the way from China to study computer science. However, he did not only bring himself to the university, but he also brought his cultural talent with him, Kung Fu.
Hi Shen, how are you doing?
Yeah, so tell me how it started.
I started about around 8 years old, and since that I have about 2 years professional training. After that, just sometimes just as a part-time.
Yeah.
But I think Kung Fu is like a sport in my body. I feel it is very good for me. Kung Fu is like a culture. It teaches you how to control yourself. It not teach you how to fight with others. That's I think many people, once they think about Kung Fu, they will think it must be very dangerous. But actually, for Kung Fu people, they should know how to control themselves.
Yeah.
They learn Kung Fu. It is used to protect good people. I like this kind of move. It looks like awesome.
Thank you for talking to us, Shen Hui. Good luck in the future.
Thank you.
And hope you can show us some moves later on.
Yeah.
For International Coventry, Fatima Ahmed.
Thank you for watching International Coventry. Sayonara!